Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. We're playing some more Metaphor. This game is freaking sick. I'm having a lot of fun, so I honestly couldn't wait to start playing again. So exciting. Yeah, let's go. We're ready to hop up in it. Ready. So, our objective here today is the 22nd. We're supposed to just go to the objective.
All right then.
Wonderful.
All right then.
What is the objective here? We're going to Night Prowler.
All right then.
Alrighty, to the Night Prowler. Alrighty, inside. This place is pretty cool. It's like an underwater cave. I like it.
Wow, look who it is. Appreciate you coming out.
Dude, Fidelio, the way he talks, he's so shady.
So it was you two.
You expected us to roll out the red carpet right into our headquarters. Consider this a pre-show. Still, you really are just a kid, aren't you?
And you're one to talk?
I wouldn't go having a laugh at my big brother's expense. That's when I get to step in and make some points for my own life.
You are brothers. And he is the elder?
And here I thought the Magnus brothers' name was making the rounds. Shame that. It's fine. First offense and all won't kill you yet. Besides, Lord Luis has taken quite a shine to you lot. Before we let you see him, I have a question. I want you to think long and hard before you answer, right?
We're getting sinister looks from the whole pub.
What kind of king are you selling yourself to be exactly? Go on, let's have the pitch.
All tribes equally.
I'd treat all tribes equally.
Just like Lord Luis.
All right, a bit much, ease off. You know there's a big difference between meritocracy and equality. You're not doing yourself any favors here, are you?
Let's drop the pretenses, shall we? We were all about impressing Luis, and we've done that. You're all about results, aren't you?
You'll answer the question from me too. Why do you want to serve Master Luis? No lies now.
I'm in love with Judah. Nah, bro, we can't say that. I'd like Forden. I don't like Forden or his church. I guess we could say this. This is like the most, I don't know, easy one to say.
I admire Master Luis's power.
What? As an elder? Want to get a little payback on the world too, do you?
Despite having been a general, he has Parapus as some of his closest allies. That alone marks a man worth following.
Whatever. You got some brass tea, I'll give you that much. Already got more accomplished than Agdal ever did. You seem like the types to make yourselves useful.
Not many get Ardel's blessing. It's worth celebrating that. For now, you're in.
Someone like you should already know what it's like. The minority tribes face walls and barriers everywhere they look in society. Our greatest hope rides with Master Luis. We'll do whatever it takes to make him king, and starting today, so will you. Come on then. Master Luis is waiting for you inside his gauntlet runner, the Caradrius.
And no funny business up there, yeah? Nothing gets past the king's magic, and Lord Luis is one of the top candidates. We've captured some, 10 odd assassins now? Lord Luis uses them for magic experiments, and you know how that ends.
Damn, 10 people tried to kill this fool already? It's pretty crazy.
We finally have access to Luis's headquarters.
It's a valuable opportunity. Ideally, while most of our group is meeting with Luis, someone else can do a quick search inside.
Wait, me?
There's no one more suitable. Anyone else, and he'd question their absence.
You're putting a solo infiltration on my tiny shoulders?
Yeah.
But fine, I'll do it.
Once we're in the Skyrunner, we'll assess the situation, then deal with our own tasks.
Where?
So?
Alright. Lewis's gauntlet runner, the Caradrius, is stationed in the warship harbor. Let's take a ferry to get over there. So it's not flying in the air?
Hello there.
To the warship harbor.
Incredible.
It didn't hit me until we got right up close to it, but this runner really is huge.
Hey!
Boy, over here. Keep your heads out the clouds, will ya? I love it. Trying to do his accent's terrible. You bumpkins can fawn over the Caradrius all you want later. We won't be flying for a good while anyways. What with the sorry and all. What is that?
Huh.
What's that? How about you don't go telling them anything they don't need to know? We aren't officially friends yet, Now follow me. I'll give you the grand tour. Oh, and a friendly warning. Be on your best behavior. You try anything clever, you're dead on the spot. Make a rude comment to Lord Luis, dead on the spot. Got it? Not shy about making threats. We'll stay on his good side. Okay. Let's not test his patience then, hey? Lord Luis is in the reception room, and you don't want to keep him waiting.
We're off. Check this out.
Should we talk to everybody?
At last.
We've got to seize the first foothold for our infiltration. Soon enough, Luis will be within our grasp.
Indeed.
This runner bears more in common with a castle than a carriage. I can hardly imagine what its interior must be like.
Understood?
It is impossible to discern how much trust the brothers will afford us. Keeping our guard up around them will be crucial.
Got it.
I'm leaving.
Don't wander off until you get used to it. This place can be a real maze.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, there's so many soldiers here. I suppose we should have expected as much from Luis's stronghold. I feel like we're always being watched. Like it or not, an elder recruit is always going to stand out. But we're on the same side of all of them for now, so stand tall.
And yet...
I got no problem here.
Got it.
The reception room is on the top floor. This lift will get you there. Alright, take me then.
What in the...
What was that? Happens to everyone. Is that some sort of magic controlled locking mechanism?
Yeah.
It keeps the suspicious element out, you know? Like the bastards pretending they're grunts when they're actually assassins. Seems like a secure system. I assume you need a key to get around? There's different keys for different areas. Only a selected few ranking soldiers have them. You want to walk freely around the runner, then you're going to have to move up our ranks. Okay.
Evidently.
Keys are only given to ranking soldiers, is it? Navigating this place may prove difficult without those in our possession. We will need to acquire them then. Oi, already trading treacherous whispers amongst yourselves, eh? Quit with the gossip and get on already.
Oh, nice.
It's much bigger than I thought. I almost forgot we're inside a gauntlet runner. Quit looking around so much now that now what have we got here? Are we letting schoolboys in the ranks now? These kids are our new recruits? So that's all it took, eh? A little show at the exhibition. Used to be you'd have to prove yourself before you could stand with the Count's men. They got Lord Luis's approval. If that's not enough for you, I'd keep it to yourself before someone knocks you off with that pedestal.
What's the meaning of this?
What? These pissants against me? Please, I'm a bloody sergeant. We could settle this right here, right now. They'll be wiping you off the walls.
Don't even try it.
Leave it out, Xanth. Get your arse back to your post. That's an order. Just get this through your tiny heads. Power is everything around here. I give you 3 days at most till you run home, tails between your legs.
Seriously.
You're just gonna stand there, you're gonna move.
Here.
And this would be Lord Luis's quarters? Just a reception room, lass. He'd be daft to show a pack of strangers straight to his private quarters, wouldn't he?
Alright.
Lord Luis is waiting inside.
Hey,
Guess that's my cue. I'll try looking around for the formula. Be careful. Lots of sharp eyes about. I'll try. You all stay safe too. See you soon, my little fairy buddy.
A beautiful city, Brialhaven, but it is its identity I truly respect. Oceana's navy might well have won them the Annex War, if your Cronia hadn't chosen to forgo their honor and launch an opportunist attack in the wake of a storm. Even now, united in the kingdom, their pride in their power is what keeps this city alive. You wish to join my ranks? I need ask little else. Instead, I would hear what you wish to know most. Ask and I will answer. That is why I've bid you come here.
Here we go.
Damn, we could just straight up ask him, did you kill the royal family? There's no way it's gonna let me ask that. I'm gonna ask it. F it. We're pushing him.
Did you kill the king and prince?
My dagger laid buried in the king's chest until his mortal husk entered the casket.
Then you don't deny it.
I never sought to. I presumed Forden would be more than happy to announce it, but I've heard nothing. The man preyed enough on the state government. Perhaps he feared I would be hailed as a hero instead of derided as a killer. Ever the paragon of cowardice. It is clear no small conviction drives you. Perhaps keeping you close will prove useful. You, assembled company, I hereby permit you to enter my service.
We are much obliged.
This is a heart of magic silver. Cut your finger and let the blood fall. A proper rite of loyalty. Shows how all our blood flows through the same heart.
Watch yourselves, though. If your own heart's not true to our cause, well, it's not just a drop you lose. It might take off a whole limb.
You hesitate.
It's just that
Fear and anxiety. They always lead the people astray. But power and order trumps all. That is the crux of my rule.
You think he's gonna be able to, like, curse me with this?
We've passed.
Because he has my
Look at
blood?
you, like knock-kneed lambs. Just having a bit of fun with you, eh? You think I'd go to all that effort?
On August 13th, I intend to hold a soiree in this city. It seems a fine opportunity for you to make your debut in my retinue.
Very exclusive, see? Only for those good enough to be part of our campaign. You should feel honored.
As my gauntlet runner requires some maintenance, the party shall be held at the feast hall where I'm staying. In the meantime, do as you will.
I wonder how Gallica's search is going. Yeah.
Only this area feels any different from the rest. I need a key to get in, though. It'd be nice if I could see what's going on in here, too.
Is that boy candidate here already?
Meeting with Count Luis as we speak, I think. Didn't think he'd end up on our side.
I expect we'll run into each other on the job, eh? That said, let's get back to our rounds.
Yikes! They're coming this way! I have to hide! Is this the other side of that door? Never thought it'd lead to a place like this. This area just screams suspicious with all the guards. The formula's gotta be somewhere around here. Is someone coming? Figures they'd show up now. Isn't that the songstress? What is she doing here?
Lady Juna, is something amiss?
I do recall saying I didn't need a personal guard today.
Yes, but this is Luis's personal quarters, and we thought in case you needed...
Well, I don't. You can do your guarding downstairs for today. Do you understand? And, well, I mean, do you really want to be guarding this door when Count Luis returns? Oh, the things you would hear. How awkward for us both.
What the hell?
Idiot, don't make the lady repeat herself. Apologies, my lady. We'll make ourselves scarce.
Close one. Opportunities like this are so few and far between. I've got to get this back in place. Oh, wonderful. How were these arranged again?
A magic spell? Is that the formula? Just my luck. I can't carry out something that big, and now I know where it is.
Jolly good! You've got the man's eyes on you. Now that you've sworn fealty, we can get right down in the guts of his Skyrunner.
I worry for Gallica. Perhaps we ask too much of her. I hope she's all right.
Ah, it seems you worried for naught.
I'm back!
Phew. You're clearly bursting with good news, too.
I know, right? I found where the formula is! I'm pretty sure I saw the real thing. Even if it wasn't, I'd bet the real one's somewhere in that room.
Masterfully done. We could have asked no better an infiltrator.
That songstress Juno was there too. I'm pretty sure it was Luis's private quarters. So I have to wonder what she was doing there.
Whatever the case, I assume you could lead the way to the room?
Well, yes, but it might be a bit tricky. To get to Luis's quarters, we'd need to go through the crew quarters, then through the starboard corridor, or the port corridor. You need a key to get into each of the divisions. Whoever's in charge at each guard post has one. Luis's private quarters have a special key too. That one's held by the representative on the bridge.
In short, we'll need to pass through 3 blocks. The crew quarters, either the starboard or port corridor, and the bridge.
It looked like he's usually got his quarters under guard. So we'll want to pick a time of day when there'll be less people around.
If we need it less crowded, then how about the night of the soiree? Surely it would be a skeleton crew.
Apparently the soiree will be held at the luxury inn that caters exclusively to the upper class. The soldiers manning his runner are bound to have duties in town that day.
He would have us debut as his supporters on that night. How would we get away with not being present?
Maybe if we just excuse ourselves for a short time? We've got plenty of time to prepare. Securing an infiltration route, finding out when it will be less crowded, this is all work we can get done in advance. On the night of, Gallica and one other will slip out, swipe the formula, then return by the shortest route possible.
Have anyone in mind? My hearing makes stealth jobs simple work.
No. I think he'd be our best bet.
You would have the guest of honor himself absent?
This is Luis we're talking about. He's bound to notice any absence. If we've lost on that front already, we might as well send our strongest.
What do you think? It would be risky as a mere solo infiltration. Are you up to the task?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
We'll just have to make it work.
You truly mean that?
Seriously. We're jumping from tightrope to tightrope here. We'll have to prep our infiltration strategy tomorrow. For now, let's get back to the inn and get some rest.
That reminds me.
By the way, do you remember the man we met in Luis's Gauntlet Runner? He seemed very proud of his strength.
Yes.
He was rather full of himself, yes. Sergeant Xanth, was it? He got told to go back to his spot, which makes me wonder. He might be in charge of one of the runner sectors.
I see.
That would be unfortunate. I could tell his strength was formidable even to be near him. I doubt we would simply let us pass. In any case, we should probably rest for today. We can talk it in more details in the morning.
Look at that.
Retire for the night.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now then.
Starting today, we need to work on the infiltration route to Luis's private quarters. The issue is those in charge of each area, the ones holding the keys. 'Twould seem they make a formidable lineup. What shall we do? Maybe the simplest option is the best option. Get them alone, beat their key from them, and push forward.
Even so,
If we mean to attack, a short, decisive encounter is the order of the day. If they call for reinforcements, we may not fare so well.
Yes.
Luis's subordinates have attained their rank through martial prowess. If we wound their pride, negotiating may still be on the table. Let's take
We
precautions.
have to prepare first.
Yeah.
We ought to build up our strength by hunting bounties and the like, or we may end up over our heads. Maybe we could dig up some dirt through an informant. Who knows? They might have a weakness we can exploit.
Got it.
Before we can secure our route to his quarters, it sounds like we have to do some digging before the day of the soiree.
Let's focus. Let's head there.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, so I took a little break. Now we're back. This is our first day in this town, so we're gonna make sure we do a bunch of extra little side quest stuffy. So let's do that. Alright, we're gonna talk to the kindly boy.
Excuse me?
Mister, make me your apprentice.
Huh?
Apprentice? Where is this coming from? You're the candidate from the exhibition, right? One of my friends saw and started talking about how cool you were. So I want to be like you, mister. Please let me be your apprentice.
No kidding.
So that's why. But we can't exactly take a kid like you with us. If you want this friend of yours to notice you, I'm sure there's another way, like getting them something they like. Oh, that might be good. It's my friend's birthday soon, so a gift would be great. Maybe flowers, like from the flower shop? Oh wait, my friend wouldn't want any flower from flower you could get from this city. That's boring. I got it. I'll go exploring outside the city and look for a wildflower. If you want to get eaten by wild humans, it's way too dangerous for a kid to go wandering out there. We've got a gauntlet runner. So how about leaving this one to us? Leave it to me, buddy. You're really nice, mister. Will you bring me a flower?
So,
You can become my supporter in return. Basically, you just gotta cheer him on to help him become king. All right.
let's give it a shot.
So we gotta get this kid a flower. So I guess we're just gonna ask for some flower. What brings the young candidate here? Do you have business with the church?
Hey,
We heard you started offering something outside the ordinary for sale. Would you happen to have any flowers we could buy? The rainbow flowers.
come on.
500's not too expensive. Should be all right. While we're here, let's purify stuff.
Indeed.
My God, how many of these do I have? Oh, I don't have enough blessed water anymore.
That reminds me.
All right.
All right, so now we go back. All right, kid, I got your flower.
I don't know.
You really think he should confess to your friend in your place?
Right? Yeah!
There we go.
Mission accomplished.
We got some tolerance out of that. All right, another quest from the Sullen Man. Those bastards think I'm making this up. I definitely saw it. I know I did.
That's how it's gonna be, is it?
I'm in no mood to be gawked at, kid. My teeth are killing me. It hurts so damn much. I've started seeing tooth monsters. At this rate, I'm gonna need my teeth extracted. Almost all of them. If only some kind, generous soul could help me. Tell me more. Fantastic. I knew you seemed reliable from the first time I laid eyes on him. I feel like I've seen you before somewhere. I am the king to be. Right, you were a candidate at the exhibition. Then that makes this easy. The thing I need, just a quick jaunt away if you got a gauntlet runner. So what's this item you're looking for? The pride of Inundo. The toothbrush of Hygienia. I need you to buy one for me. Of course, I'll reward you, and you'll have my vote, whatever that's worth. I'll wait for you until August 9th. Any longer, and I really will have to get them all pulled.
Let's give it a shot.
So we're gonna find this dude a toothbrush. Sounds great.
That's where you want to go.
Inundo.
Oh.
Just can't stand it.
All right.
Let's give...
The toothbrush of Hygienia is crazy. All right, the craftsman's got a quest.
I'm in trouble now.
Damn it, all my clients are expecting a delivery soon, and these fool horns are hardly any ideal canvas for my outstanding workmanship. What are you hollering like that? I am simply a craftsman who takes pride in his exacting detail and perilous skills. I take monster horns and engrave them, transforming them into beautiful ornaments. But my technique has progressed to the level where these middling horns can't withstand the intricate levels of detail that I try to grace them with. They fall apart as I'm working. That's too bad. If only there was a horn that was tough enough to withstand your technique. Oh, but that's the thing. There is a horn worthy of my skill. Apparently, within the Forsaken Tower, there is a giant called Orgus, whose horn surpasses all others. But that tower is infested with monsters. The ebony horn is basically impossible for a normal person to retrieve. Why, I think the task could only be completed by someone who demonstrated a great amount of valor at the exhibition of the brave. If only someone like that was about. Can it be? Now that I get a better look at you, it is. You're the young candidate that everyone is talking about. Yes, of course. You could save me in my darkest hour. What's with the theatrics? It's obvious he recognized you straight away. Or right away, whatever. You're going to give us a reward for this, right? Of course, of course. My pockets are overflowing with advanced payments for my countless patrons of the arts. Like I mentioned, you can find the Orgus within the nest of the monsters known as the Forsaken Tower, located north of town. If you want more details, an informant could be your best bet. There should be one at the Greatest Catch. You know, the tavern in the Inn District.
Let's give it a shot. Gotta get prepared.
Alrighty.
Hey there.
All right then.
What did he call it? I don't know which place he was talking about. I think it's here.
Let's go.
We gotta find that informant. Alright, can you tell us where the Forsaken Tower is? Hold up, bro. I don't know any of these. I'm just gonna buy everything, bro. F it.
Fancy a bit of info. Just between...
Gotcha.
Bro, there's so many side quests. If it isn't my friend, what a pleasure. But why the face? You're looking at me like I'm a stranger. You visited Night Prowler. I'm its founder. Even if this is our first time meeting in the flesh, I consider any customer a dear friend. Alright, give me your quest.
Well then.
Let's give it a shot.
Alright, so apparently we're gonna hang out with Barden here to get him as a companion.
What? Leave it.
How far you've traveled for you to be in Marita of all places? But I shouldn't pry. I'm sure you've some urgent business or another, and I shan't make you tardy for it. The city's returned to its lively self, but were it not for all of you. Thinking back, I do remember Lady Joanna disappearing at times. But I had not the slightest doubts about her then. I believed every word Joanna and Morris had to say, and I carried on without a care in the world. In some ways, the situation has shined a light upon my own weakness, and I'll not make the same mistake twice.
The truth is,
of course, let's hang out with you, boy.
And let me say it again, the town is safe now thanks to you. Couldn't be more grateful to you.
Pardon! I heard you fixed up the hole in my shop's wall while I was gone. I could kiss you.
Why, 'twere no trouble at all. Your bonny wife had need of help, and we all have need of your shop.
Well, that may be, but I never knew a captain to be so generous.
My only wish is to render assistance in any way I can. Whatever wee matters I can take care of, I will. Even if they might not turn out as well as yours did.
What the hell? You bumped into me?
Well, who could avoid those massive ears, you damn russant?
Looks like I need to go keep a brawl at bay. Listen, both of you, enough already. Sorry about that. Right tragedy for the town hero to see something so disgraceful.
Nah, is everything all right?
I'm not bothered, but are you?
My skin ain't that thin yet. It's just that kind of manky scene has been more common lately. Neighbours coming to blows, good lads fighting. Whole town is right anxious, and that's what I wanted to discuss with you. I'm curious about you and your pals. You're all of different tribes, eh? Even got Highs made to join up with you. How exactly did you get so many different people to come together as one?
We have a shared vision.
We have a shared vision, one which will benefit everyone.
That answer's befitting of you. So that's what brought you all together. And you're the idealistic leader. So it is. What we need here is a leader everyone acknowledges. We need a new system where the people themselves govern the town.
Yo, that sounds fine.
I think that sounds like a fine idea.
I'm much assured by your words. Thanks for being so accommodating. If you can manage it, would you help me out again sometime? With your consult, I know this town will keep getting better.
Yeah, I'd like to help.
Of course. I'd like to keep helping you.
Oh, that would be a great help. Thank you. With your support, I'll be sure to make this town a nicer place to live.
The Honorable Guardsman, Barden. Within him dwells the virtue of the Commander. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Nice.
I shall protect the town you all.
The Commander archetype.
I'd be glad if you came back soon. I'll try to have good news for you by then.
I'm just...
Hey, listen.
Make sure to buy all this extra information.
Fancy a bit of it?
All right, we're gonna debate this, bruh.
I can do...
I see.
Let's do it.
You're...
All right, you're the one who offered up the Sanctorius. He may have briefly had the spotlight, but a child is nothing in the end. Pay me no mind. A debate it is it? Of course, of course. I welcome a fair discussion in the marketplace of ideas. My top priority is to ensure the livelihoods of all this country's citizenry. Whatever you desire, I shall do everything possible to make it so. Keeping the old port maintained, that's no problem at all. Protecting the minority tribes from prejudice, of course I could do that. Discrimination will not be tolerated. Naturally, the Elamar have worked hard to establish themselves, and I will ensure that they will continue to enjoy key positions within my kingdom. Wow, this Jin guy seems to have thought of everything. Can't put my finger on why, but there's something dodgy about him. Jin is really working the crowd. How should I appeal? We should help anyone.
I will help anyone.
And how are we supposed to do that? You're nothing but a sham. Pretty sure they're saying the exact same thing in different ways.
I knew it!
We did it. All right, so we're gonna hang out with Maria. We're gonna take her to go make a sign.
Yeah.
My guess.
Ah!
A present, you say? And no cheap trinkets either, but one that requires my assistance to recreate. We need the best, so I came to you. Color me intrigued. You've piqued my interest, so I must oblige.
Really?
You really mean it? This design, I believe it is your work, isn't it, young miss? I am thus inspired. Such lively line work and vibrant colors. A truly innovative schematic.
Genius!
My girl, you're quite the budding artisan, are you not? This sign is sure to brighten up even the gloomiest avenues and grayest boulevards. Thank you very much. I know I've got a fine cut of wood around here that is destined for this purpose. It should be crafted in a way that repels both rain and ravenous bugs alike.
Amazing.
Wow, he's really helping us.
Yeah.
I didn't ask her before we started making it. I hope it won't be a bother. The sign is now ready to astound the people of the city. It should be installed at the optimal angle, so I will need to handle that myself.
Let's go.
Imagine the lady hates it. That would be awesome. She hates it and she just kicks a little girl out. She's like, you can't live here anymore.
Wow.
An astute observation, little miss, but there's more to this work than good looks. She's built to last as well. I've outdone myself once again, as I'm sure you'll all agree. You ever returned home?
You know.
Look, I asked Mr. Nearest to make this for you. He said the last sign was too old, so do you like the one we made instead? It's a gift.
Right.
Maria, you did this for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm absolutely adore it.
Oh, good.
I'm so glad. It's truly a wonderful sign. So well built, too. It's the perfect way for the inn to greet new guests. Just look at all these smiling faces. If he could see you now, why, he might have shed a tear.
Huh?
Miss Fabian, are you crying? Pay it no mind, dear. The sign is so bright, my eyes are still adjusting. Now then, how about a feast on the house, of course, to thank you all for this?
Oh.
Hell yeah, feed me, lady. Let's go.
Oh, good.
It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Why did she cry? You did a great job.
Oh, yay. You know.
When you give me pictures of your journey, I'm always surprised. I've never seen anywhere else except for this place. But your pictures always teach me about so many places on the outside. It makes me really happy and excited to look at them. I want everybody else to have fun too. I want to give that feeling to a lot of people.
By the way.
There's so many people around here that are always crying or getting upset. Everyone is sad, in trouble and lonely. Both grown-ups and kids. Everyone is suffering.
I'll do my best.
But I'm okay now, so I want to make things okay for everybody else too. Nice.
I wonder if
Maria!
Alrighty. Okay. So, we're gonna go debate again tonight. So let's go do that. Alright, it looks like Vladel, one of the bros, we know this guy. The world I want is a complete and utter meritocracy. The elites aren't strong, the strong are elite. So what they're basing their campaign on? Why don't you debate that candidate? If you can lower other candidates' support, you might be able to win Luis's trust. It's a good opportunity to hone your skills. If you could put the future you're imagining into words, I'm sure people will follow you. Let's do it.
What business do you have with me?
What's this? Come to tear me down a peg, have you? If it's a battle of words you want, I accept the challenge. I'd prefer to strike you more direct methods, but I'll spare you. For Count Luis's sake. You'll realize soon enough that I am the rising star. Your little help anyone in need shtick is a farce, and I can't believe anyone is falling for it. I'll much sure you pay for it tenfold.
Choose me!
When I take my place upon the throne, I will reform this rigged society into a true meritocracy. We live in a society where tribe and family name matter more than will or ability. Are we sheep to accept such a world, or are we lions who will devour it? As king, I'll appoint only those who can demonstrate true strength, even those from inferior birth. That's true equality. He's certainly abrasive, but he makes a good point. You only parrot Luis.
Hang on.
Your words are mere echoes of Luis. Do you have any original ideas? What? My words? You don't understand. Count Luis and I had simply come to the same conclusion. If that's the case, then I'd honestly rather support Luis. Right, I had the same feeling. Glad it wasn't just me.
Damn it!
Of course, these fools wouldn't understand. I win. I'm better. That was an amazing debate. Gladel was seething. A lot of people appreciate what you said. They want to give you this as a show of thanks. Hell yeah, bro, I made money.
All right.
Hey.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Somehow.
Word is a great number of the city's soldiers have been injured. 'Twould seem they had a run-in with a human. The group that was attacked was comprised mostly of new recruits. Out of out on a training exercise. Many of their injuries are quite grave, I'm afraid. How horrible. Is there nothing we can do to help?
That reminds me.
We've already taken unrelated requests, haven't we? Let's go together. Flo, let's go gather those medical ingredients so they can treat the injured. Yeah.
Did you know?
The day after tomorrow is Forgiveness Day, where stores throughout the city have the biggest sales of the year. I can't wait. Barden wants to hang out. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's go find Barden.
I can't believe it. You've come.
You're here. Glad you're well.
Thank you.
Many thanks to ye for being so kind. Myself, I just seem to get lost thinking about it. You're welcome, buddy.
The truth is,
I wanted to consult with ye on all this blather about picking a new ruler for the town. Of course, ruler isn't quite the word. Wouldn't own land like a lord or anything, but still, it's a right important position. We are establishing a town governor, which is distinct from a lord. I think that's what's best for this town. For the most part, the townspeople agree on self-governance, as there's quite a lot of distrust of power after what happened with Lady Joanna. It may seem like the townspeople are turning to extreme course of action, but the new lord did allow us our self-government, which is all well and good, but here's the rub. I think that fella best suited for the position is this one clergyman. He's a fine man, and he likes the idea. But darn it all, now everyone is clamoring for me to be the governor. Well, you're popular.
Well,
nay.
I am pleased to hear it, but it's just because I'm a captain of the guard. I've been put on pedestal as some noble knight who put everything to right. It's a dretch. I'm no hero. It was all thanks to the lot of ye, but I could say that all day and they'd still want me as the governor. Everyone wants to feel safe. They want to know there's someone nearby they can rely on. I sympathize with that, but I'm no ruler. Why do you think he has no confidence? Do I have what it takes to lead them? Yeah, it'll be fine.
hey,
What?
You say that with such surety, but I suppose that's just how you see me.
True.
I do remember that hearing the closer you get to your breaking point, the greater you become. If that's true, we can't become better men without a challenge, can we? Thank you, friend. Talking with you has helped me come to a decision. I'll represent the townspeople. Yes, I'll become governor and restore. Ooh, I just earned some reward points. I'm not sure if I'm the man for the job, but I'll give him everything I've got for the good of the town. Considering my lack of experience, it'd be grateful if you kept advising me.
Don't worry.
Yeah, why not? Sounds good.
I'll do anything for this.
My boy, I got the new ability. Reduces the mad cost of studying commander Lydia English, bro. Barden, you finally decide what to do yet? I know you care deeply, but we're all still waiting. Don't make me decide. I need to lead you. We'll rest easy with you in charge. Those sandworms have been a right pain, but you seem like a take charge kind of man.
Don't you worry.
Too true. A sandworm attack would devastate Martira. I'll work up some countermeasures. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Don't work too hard now, big man.
Well,
but go ahead and remove childcare from your job skill, will you? They hated it when you chased them around during hide and seek. My wee ones were bawling and screaming something awful. They still cry from the memory of it. But that's how you play hunter and prey. If they screamed, it was just proof we were playing it right. But anyways, I swear to you, I'm determined to protect this town.
My thanks.
Thank you for the time today. I'll have to do a great deal of work to even begin paying you back, so do stop by again. Of course I will.
All right.
What now?
There we go. We're gonna hang out with Brigitta.
Ah, just you. But
I believe I made myself clear. You have no reason to come here anymore. But if you really want, if you insist on joining me on the road to hell, then there is a place I'd like to go. I'll go wherever you're going. You'd go to such lengths for me? Then come with me, no problem. Let's go. Come this way.
the truth is,
the one who took my dog, the anti-igniter extremists, the church has discovered their base. Oh, the church has discovered their base. Okay, so what are you planning?
What?
So reductive.
Do you have to ask? Even the church knew what I'd do with this information. That's why they sent it to me. Apparently, this faction's based in a small village, fairly close to Grand Trad. I'm going to go there and eradicate all of them. I will kill every last one of those extremists, no survivors, and once they go to hell, they can look my dog in the eye and beg her forgiveness. She's crazy. I'll string their corpses up. 3 days and 3 nights exposed to the elements. Long enough for everyone to see what happens if you cross me.
You get it, right?
And I'd like you to help me punish them. In exchange, I'll support you however I can from here on. Please think this through. You talk big, don't you? You have no desire to be king, yet you parade around as a candidate. You're little more than a fraud. I explained to her that I entered not to take the throne, but to raise someone else who would forge a better future for our country. Did you expect me to believe in that nonsense? But for you to speak such words at this point would mean your goals of seizing the throne is no lie, at least.
As it is.
Fine, if that's how it must be, then I will spare no expense to see you fall. The throne ill suits a wretch who can look past the butchery of a dog. You would slaughter a village?
Hang on.
What are you after?
And what do you get with clean hands? The equality you prize so highly? I'll tell you what it means to me. Equality means that those who kill will be killed. I don't want to lose anything else I care about. I understand how you feel. What do you truly understand? You have no idea how much comfort she brought me. And they rip that away from me, and you say I should just allow it? Fine. I'll not do something so unsightly in front of you.
In any case.
I'm going to their base, but I won't kill them right away. I'll find out who did this. We'll try to negotiate clearly and openly. And if that doesn't work, then I'll murder them, and we can move on. That's the most I can promise you. We'll take my gauntlet runner. Dangers of the night will be damned. If we break dawn, so be it.
Obviously.
You come as well and see for yourself. If you're going to try and drag me into the light, then you deserve to see what happens. She let me into the runner she lives in, and we went to their base. Brigitte stayed silent for the whole trip. Damn, she's raging. We arrived to a small settlement located close to Grand Trad. Oh no, I've seen this before. This is when Anakin Skywalker killed everybody. Alright, is this the place?
You there.
Hey, you there. I am Brigitte. I'm the scoundrel selling magic igniters all across the land. Oh, the igniter merchants again? Our village really does have the money to buy any. I'm sorry to keep turning you away, but...
Wait.
What are you talking about? Oh, you aren't one of the church's dealers? They keep trying to sell us on igniters, but I keep refusing them. The church has been here several times. They've never reported that to me. So if I have that merchants of igniters should face the wrath of God, you wouldn't agree?
It can't be.
Oh no. We don't have anything to do with igniters at all. It's not something that ever really comes up here.
Really?
Hey miss, you sell magic igniters?
How nice!
Brilliant. I want an igniter.
Enough.
I see. Say no more. Clearly, she got lied to. This is no hideout. They know nothing. It's not something you can hide in a village such as this. I've been getting detailed reports on an anti-igniters group's movement from the church, but now I'm not certain such a force even exists. If it was all a lie, then what does the church get out of it? To harass you? To spread magic igniters?
In any case.
I take you back. There'll be no killing today. If you hadn't stopped me, I'd probably have ordered my private army to burn this place to the ground. I'm glad you were here with me. Nice. She has deep gratitude.
I'm glad to have you at my side. But
my dog was taken from me, and I'll chase the scum to the ends of the earth.
nonetheless.
This is my job, not yours, so our business together is concluded. Do we need this excuse? Why wouldn't we? You really are a strange one.
Speaking of...
You mentioned earlier of your true aims for the throne. I thought it a clumsy lie, but it does bring to mind a certain someone for me. After a king is crowned, it would be nigh impossible to put another on the throne. However, if my suspicions are correct, none could deny the claim.
That's why...
If you are willing to throw yourself into battle for that cause, then I shall support you all the same.
Yes.
If you'd like to come, then come. When I'm around you, much to my surprise, I find that even I still have a beating heart, so come if you wish. I returned to the Grand Trad in Brigitta's Gauntlet Runner and headed back to the inn.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That means...
Alright, it's time to go shopping, since today is a big sales day.
Alright then, go.
Alright, we're gonna hang out with Stroll now that we're done shopping. Regarding the inheritance, if you're willing, can you look into who my father knew? I have an investigation on my own to attend to, so it's best we divide and conquer. I hope you don't mind. Wait, what does it say? What do I have to do?
All right. All right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Alright, so we're gonna get our imagination up a little bit by talking to this guy.
Thank you.
The Sanctor. He's gonna tell us a story, I think. So,
A long time ago.
once upon a time in a faraway village, there lived an old woman with a talent for making miraculous remedies, said to cure any illness. But the people of the village despised her medicine, which had a deeply unpleasant taste. It also had a terrible side effect, causing terrible pain, as though the entire body were being stabbed with needles. Some even told her, "I would rather die than endure such a fate." Still, they could not deny its effectiveness, and though they were reluctant, they sought her medicine when it was necessary. But one day, a man came to the village. The man said, "I can make better medicine than the old woman's poison," and from his pocket he pulled a vial of sweet-smelling liquid and handed it to one of the sick. The sick man, who had been taking the woman's medicine for years, always looked ill. He eyed the vial with disgust, but after he quaffed it, his eyes widened in surprise. "It tastes like sweet fruit," he said, and suddenly the pain and suffering of his malady vanished. Malady?
That too.
The people were stunned by the medicine's effectiveness. The villagers begged the man for all the medicine he had. It was not cheap, but they offered the man what money and crops they could. They grew furious with the old woman as well. "How dare you deceive us with poison disguised as medicine?" they said. The woman looked as though she might deny the accusations, but then silently continued making her draughts. However, the people no longer were interested in her medicine. They shouted abuse at her, calling her a fraud, and eventually they drove her from the village. Is it that time already? I've gone on for long enough, though. I'll be happy to continue this tale another time. Okay, so we'll listen more later.
Imagination. Why?
Yeah, the imagination's up.
Well then.
So today we're gonna go. We're gonna go debate again.
Alright then.
Alright, time to debate this loser, Rudolph.
I see.
Are you not that elder who turned in the Sanctorus? Just as I'd expect of a lesser tribe, a frontal siege was beyond you, so instead, you opt for an uncouth tactics of a rear assault. Your juvenile tricks will have no effect on someone as experienced as I. I will eliminate you here and now.
Listen all.
My good people, the dream of a united kingdom has failed. When I am king, our land shall be reborn under the proven military leadership of the Rusant. What has the United Kingdom actually done for you? Forcing the tribes together has only spurred further skirmishes and tension. Furthermore, the throne and other key positions have been strangled by the Clemars' nepotism. The time for the Rusant to reclaim their pride and independence is at hand. Hear, hear, the Rusant embodies strength. The tribes must stand together.
Here's what I would do.
We can't let tribal differences define us. I envision a world where everyone stands as one. What? Nothing but idealistic platitudes. You're too young to lead if you can't see that. He's right. How the hell could anyone make it so everyone helps each other? People are free to dream. Impossible. I refuse to be humbled by an inferior tribe.
I knew it!
That was a great debate. Yeah.
Works for me.
Alright. Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Speaking of...
Hey, listen!
Boy there! Alright then. Boy there! Alright then. Where to?
Let's go! Come to think of it, let's not. Yeah?
What's up?
Let's not.
All right then. All right then.
I
got low pro.
So, hey.
Well met, eh? But you're not getting off the hook. Ridiculous.
Whoa, isn't that something?
I can see it being Louise. I certainly can see it being Louise.
Whoa, isn't that something?
All right then.
Welcome.
Here we go. We found him. Fish. This guy. We need to talk to this dude right here.
Oh, what'll I do? Welcome.
If it swam in the rivers or the seas, I've got it here. I'm looking for his inheritance. What are you playing at? If this is some manner of con, I'll make it known far and wide, especially if it concerns the Count of Halia. He saved my skin once, when some pain in the Ars nobles started making accusations about my produce. He happened to be there and stood up for me. From what I gather, he was only in the market to find a souvenir for his son. Fancy that, a noble buying things for himself? Like father, like son. You really do know him, don't you? Well then, I know another merchant you should speak to. He did a fair amount of business with the Count. That day, he said that he had an appointment to meet this merchant in front of the cathedral. Odd that he bought the fish first, huh? What the heck?
What'll I do?
So I guess it's this guy?
What do you want?
You are not one of my clients, and I only do business via referral. Stroll's father went to meet a merchant in front of the cathedral. Could this be him?
So foolish it arouses.
I was acquainted with the late Count of Halia. Is that so? You say you know his son, do you? The Count was a truly honorable, upstanding man. I doubt any son of his would associate with riffraff like you. Did his fish stink? Thanks to my overwhelming imagination, I was able to choose words that convinced the merchant I have no ill intent. How interesting. They did indeed stink. The Count would often buy fish himself and then show up to our meetings with them in hand. Amusing as it was, I worried about how he would keep them fresh. That stirs some memories. The Count of Halia that I remember was a magnanimous man. He was genuinely kind to all he met. Perhaps I should have learned from his example. Very well. Tell me your story. I see. You must forgive my suspicion. You truly are a friend of his son, aren't you? I do apologize, but surely you understand my caution. Word of his lost inheritance has spread, and con men have tried every trick in the books to claim it. I have indeed been entrusted with the inheritance always meant for the Count's son. Please give him that message. The rest are details I'd prefer to share with him directly. Alright, so now that we've done this, we can go talk to Stroll.
I'm sorry. Hey, what do you think?
I found the man holding it for you.
Huh?
Nice to finally meet you. Well, we have met, but you were just a babe in your mother's arms. Funny how much you've come to resemble them both. Your father and I did charity work together, providing aid to the downtrodden. It was hardly lucrative, but I was quite taken by his charisma. He did charity work in the capital? I hardly knew his business here, to be honest. My connection to your father is ultimately what led him to entrust your family fortune to my guardsmanship. I'm pleased to finally put it in your rightful hands.
No.
I don't mean to pry, but have you decided on what you will do with it?
That is...
I had thought to use it to rebuild our house, but to hear my father used his fortune to help people, I admit, I'm having second thoughts. The refugees of Halia are struggling. They're struggling to survive without permanent housing. And knowing this, I could put these funds to the needs of my house. It would take tremendous time and money to restore our territory. I wouldn't be able to tend to their hardships for many seasons to come. You are truly a Stroll, lad. Right down to your father's strength of character. If I might be so bold, allow me to present you with an option. It would work thusly. You purchase a parcel of land from your pick of the gentry. Many are in desperate need of coin and would easily part with estates that cannot sustain. You could then offer this land to your people to build upon. Would that not give them solace?
True.
I see the wisdom, but I can't imagine finding such an ideal expanse in such short order. If it's the negotiations you are concerned about, that is where I come in.
Quite.
Perhaps you've heard the name of Lord Hydron, best known for his piety. He is well versed in such matters. Lord Hydron. I do know this guy. So you do know him. Well, I can appreciate why you'd recoil from him. But for such an occasion as this, he would be a potent ally. I dare say he would be precisely the savior you'd need to realize your ideals. My ideals, you say?
Yes.
I apologize, I'm just caught off guard by how quickly these tides change. I gladly accept your generous offer to aid me in negotiations. Nice. Hope is only a step behind a clear conscience.
No.
Words I'd hear my mother and father say often. They practically bludgeoned me with it. Wise words to live by.
Yeah.
Only now do I see that. Back then I couldn't appreciate it. If I can procure new land, all those people could return to some semblance of lives they were forced to abandon. They could go back to a time of peace before the humans attacked. And you have no small role to play here. You know that, don't you? If treachery claims the throne, this whole country will fall to ruin, and I'll have no hope of saving the people of Halia, let alone realizing my ideals. In other words, the future of many depends on our fight. Our hopes will lie with you, Captain. Alright, cool. Rank 6 for my bro.
I'll carry them too. Thank you. You're a lifesaver.
Now then.
Nice.
Tolerant.
That reminds me.
If you don't mind me asking, do you hear anything else about my father in the search? He loved his son. Come off it. If you're gonna bid over the top with that one. Were my father in the same position I am now, I wonder what he would do.
All right then.
Let's go.
We're gonna go debate again. All right. So now we're gonna debate this pretty boy.
I see.
It's you.
You're that elder who offered up the Sanctoris on a platter. A bloody end to a holy woman. A classic. I've heard you've been parading around trying to be a people pleaser. But where's the beauty in that? Shall I let you join my retinue? So you can see the world through true beauty? Allow me to give you a crash course. Everyone listen not to the empty words or ideas, but to what your eyes have been telling you. Beauty is the world's most precious commodity. Even the mightiest soldiers and politicians bow in the presence of true beauty. So shouldn't it follow that the most beautiful among us be displayed on the throne? Once I am king, I will expel all that is unattractive and repugnant. I will create a radiant nation of only beautiful things. That's crazy. Beauty is deeper than our skin.
No!
You only speak to the most superficial kind of beauty, but that there is true beauty within all people. You dare question my understanding of beauty? Though I must admit, I saw something in you despite your utterly mundane aesthetics. Is it just me, or is Milo less handsome when he panics? It appears this crowd lacks the sophistication needed to appreciate my style.
I knew it!
Hell yeah.
Works for me.
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
We ought to proceed with caution.
Alrighty, so
All right then.
guess we're gonna go on the Gauntlet Runner.
Let's go.
Oh, got it.
Alright, so we're gonna chart a course.
Are we departing?
Now then.
Now we're gonna chart a course for the Tomb of Lament.
What should we do?
We could fulfill a request there.
You seem interested, lad.
Yeah, but it's your call.
A village, is it?
Here's where we are now.
We could fulfill a request there.
You seem
Yeah, but it's your Which way should we go?
So when there's multiple routes, you can go. Okay, so we're gonna go through this one because we need to go through that other town, and we're on the road again.
What to pick?
The truth is,
all right, we are going to cook. Oh, we don't have any mellow milk, dude. We still can't cook this. All right, we're gonna hang out with Hulkenberg.
Sorry. Tis you. Say, they...
Alrighty, let's listen to her.
And then...
Alright, you recall we talked about my one-time compatriot. I've decided to challenge the Knight Commander to a duel. Whoa, alright. I speak only to correct him, but I know he is not a man easily persuaded by words. We are warriors. As such, it is only through battle that he will be shown the error of his ways. Alright, a bold move.
Yes.
Certainly, I realized anything more underhanded would surely backfire. It could not have ended any other way, really. To that end, any knight who prizes their honor would never risk the shame of refusing a challenge, and my would-be opponent is the Knight Commander himself. Were I to throw down the gauntlet in public, he could scarcely deny me.
Say.
Do you recall the broken sword from the other day? It sparked a realization. This is a problem only blades can solve, and indeed in the tally of our previous bouts, we stand even. This seems a fine opportunity to settle things once and for all. Well, I'm rooting for you.
Right. I thank you.
We still have our mission to complete. Rest assured I cannot lose. Single-minded as much now as he was then, once he decided on raising to the knighthood's peaks. So indeed he did. But whatever means necessary. By whatever means necessary. All while I eschewed familial honor to pursue knightly calling. And when that was lost to me, I sought the prince. My shifting purpose has weakened the path beneath my feet. I have been long mortified at the truant I saw in the mirror, and long did the feeling fester in my heart. But no longer do I stand ashamed. My path, however serpentine, has led me to you all, and to the woman I am today.
If so,
a lack of doubt does not make one strong, nor does it make one right. I shall face him headlong, surpass him in ability, and right his ways. You show him.
Yeah. Say.
I have a request. I want you to come or be my witness to the duel. Yeah, if only to witness your victory.
But
the duel must be fair in all things. No matter what happens, I ask for your impartiality. Sounds good. Rank 6, baby.
All right.
Hungry business. All this thinking. Fortunately, I have just the thing. My prized cache of tender fermented meat. You would be hard pressed to find meat this soft, pungent, and ripened everywhere else. Here, as a token of thanks, take some. I insist. She gave me some freaking meat.
It's coming our way!
A monster with the most peculiar color-changing eyes is clinging to the deck. Deal with it before it ruins our hard work I've put into this runner. Alright, so we gotta fight some crazy monster.
Hey! Would you mind not just barging in on us?
My QI!
I'll use what I must.
Distraction!
First one! A halfway decent result.
Cleric!
Moving to the rear.
Reinforcements?
Where'd they come from?
Whoa, dude.
With skill, you... Oh, power of kings! There's a... Now we strike.
Go!
How's that?
Much obliged.
I call upon royal power within!
The power of light.
Two remaining.
Rebels
win.
Hope I'll get some distance.
Gunner! Come on!
Stay sharp.
One for the
My
cavalry.
life is in your hands.
I stat. Good. I continue to grow.
The village of Inundo, a small settlement located north of Brilhaven, lies ahead. The industry that once thrived here fell into decline, and now the able-bodied youth dream instead of leaving home. A small population of mostly children and elders remain, and visitors are scarce. The gauntlet runner slows to a stop.
Giving it some thought?
Of course, we gotta stop. Need to buy some stuff.
Just a moment.
Hey!
It's a ghost town, and we gotta buy the toothbrush of Hygiena. Oh, we also need to buy mellow milk.
Alright.
Alright, let's continue our trip.
Hey.
As the sky turns the same muddy color as the land below, the gauntlet runner arrives in a quiet land. However, confidence would be ill-advised. Listen carefully for footfalls in the mud, and move at the break of dawn.
All right, then.
Alright, so now we can hang out with Heisme.
The truth is... Ah, it's you. Yes.
What happened back in my hometown? You should know it wasn't Tadari's fault, even if he's the village leader. The villagers have always ostracized others like that, even when I was there. That's not their leader's fault. Is that why you left?
Because...
Yes.
There was an incident, one final push I could not take.
No?
Most other tribes hold little love for the Ujif, but in my youth, we lived near two settlements of mixed people. We traded, travels, relations were good. Until one day, conflict arose between the two settlements themselves. They began to feud, and both sides asked that our village side with them over the other. They wanted a decision from us. We were asked to choose who was friend and who was foe.
However,
Yet the village put off the decision. They took no sides and sought to appease both settlements. While we stayed the course of our hesitancy, their dispute was resolved. Okay.
Hold on.
and then
The village lost the trust of both sides, and they cut off all their trade. We were suddenly left impoverished. They called us Yugif inscrutable, unknowable, and their prejudice only escalated. It even led to some violence. And yet, the village tried to justify their predicament by saying there was nothing they could have done. They took no action to escape poverty and isolation beyond their bitter lamentations. That, more than anything else, disgusted me beyond words, so I abandoned the village and ventured out to become a knight of the cities. But Tadari remained to take a stand, while I simply ran away. He took a role of leadership determined to bring honorable change to our village. I mean, you're honorable too.
Listen.
Who did nothing but run away? There is a world of difference between me and Tadari, and yet, as we've seen, the village is still a long way from change he strove for. The villagers are rigged in their mindset. They hope to maintain the little control they have, excluding and blaming strangers. All the backbiting and even the theft of the urn, all born of this clinging to separation. This xenophobic nest. Sounds horrible.
Right.
But upon my return, a thought struck me. I suddenly knew. I would like to let my son sleep on that hill where the sweet winds blow, that they may run free where he cannot. And yet, perhaps the reason I am so attached to my village is because I'm the same as them at heart. It was my indecisiveness that cost me my son and my knighthood besides. This burial is no different. To think that I waxed on about it being time to face his death. An excuse, nothing more. An excuse to run from yet another decision. It's alright to hesitate.
No.
But now my son is the one paying for my wretched hesitance. And see what has become of him? How can I call myself a father? Regret alone won't solve this.
No.
I refuse to let end here.
Right.
If hesitation is in my nature, then so too do I hesitate to let go. Perhaps this is simply who I am. I have a confession to make. When the urn was stolen, somewhere in the back of my mind I felt relief, because I'd not have to see it anymore. I'd no longer be reminded of his death, his heartbreaking absence. I don't want to think of it. I don't want to face it. How could I, when every reminder shatters me? That's why I've put off my the burial, longer and even longer. But I must change. I would show my boy I am a father, worth his love, not his shame.
Surely.
And so too would approve this to you. You who placed your trust in me. Ice.
My son, come back to me. I'm sorry.
I'm coming with you, bud.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Let's head to the village together at a later date.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What to pick?
To the pantry.
Oh, got it.
Alright, so now that we got that milk, we can cook the coney stew.
Let's check.
Hey, got it?
Bro, that don't look like no stew I've ever seen. Alrighty, it's time for us to read.
What's that?
Sustainable magical living? What is he getting at? Anyways, the first chapter is called Thinking About Fuel in the Magical Future. All things considered, our world is still primitive, foolishly relying on wood and fire to warm and feed its people. This wood we burn makes smoke, and this smoke pollutes the atmosphere and destroys life beyond our cities. Combustible fuels must be prohibited by law. It won't work for everyone. I think it might work for some, but certainly not everyone. I agree. So few can afford igniters. Banning non-magical flares would pose a lot of immediate logistical problems.
All right.
The wisdom is going up.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Hey, break time. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at a spectacular waterfall northwest of Brilehaven, the Peregrine Falls. The water cascading down from the river between the canyons is among the kingdom's finest vistas, thanks in part to the monuments carved into rocky cliffs. Is the rumbling echo simply the water plummeting into the basin below? Or the roar of the Mage King?
The Mage King, huh? That is pretty cool waterfall with a face behind it. What could this be? Yet again, it seems we found ourselves within the most peculiar of places. Something is just barely visible beyond the waterfall's veil. A statue? It must be. They look like faces. But why would anyone go through all the trouble of carving something like that behind a waterfall? And aren't the expressions kind of scary? It's like they're dying. I think they look intimidating.
I don't know.
It must be difficult to carve the rock in a place like this. Just whose face could that be anyways? Perhaps the likeness of one of the old hero kings. I believe a legend involving the Mage King is set within this region. I'd not question if you told me this was all created with the Mage King's magic. They say he's mastered immensely powerful forces, which he used to protect himself. I cannot help but think that what would drive someone to go to great lengths to carve such a terrific monument upon these stones? As a warning? For attention, I guess. The exploits of legendary hero kings have persisted throughout the land, but many of them met untimely ends. Perhaps that was also the Mage King's fate. Power closes as many doors. Oh my god. Power closes as many doors as it opens, regardless of the intent with which you wield it. You may yet become feared and ostracized. That's kind of sad when you think about it. When you put it in that way, it almost feels like the roar of the waterfalls is meant to represent the Mage King's cries of anguish.
Yes.
If that is indeed true, then we may best honor those sentiments by etching this place within our memory. We may think of it more. But 'tis time to return to the runner.
Now then.
The wisdom. Bro, we're level 3 everything now.
Wisdom. Why?
Hello.
Their destination is the Tomb of Lament, found north of Oceania. Interred beneath the earth here lie the victims of a terrible epidemic. It is said the lamentations of the lost echo throughout, disfiguring the somber burial ground into a mass grave for criminals and the kinless. The vindictive spirits conjure restless monsters. And it is here that the gauntlet runner comes to an uneasy halt.
Now then.
Well, this is the tomb we've been looking for, is it not? We defeat the monster at the back and retrieve the Chalice of Legends. Think back to the Grand Cathedral with Zorba and his profane arts. We witness specters that could easily bear such a label. It is likely, if not certain, that people have simply mistaken the true nature of this monstrosity. I can understand why people might wish the dead could return, but let's find this thing and put an end to the rumors. I've heard of weapons and ancient treasure being buried in this place.
My thanks.
Alright, these fools talk a lot.
So, hey.
Alright, we're gonna save the game here. Hell yeah.